So hear me out, because I think this is what actually happened. Someone from Acer just came down to the guys at R&D and said, just make the most powerful laptop, just chuck everything that is out of the market, just make it super duper everything, but just keep it under 3 kilos. Yeah, I think that's how. Hello everyone, I'm Checotech, and this is what I'm talking about, the Predator Triton 17X. And out of the box, it comes with an i9 13900HX, probably the most efficient CPU that Intel have put out there lately. And that is 24 cores, 32 threads, 2.4 in base clock, and a 5.2 GHz boost clock. 64 GB DDR5 at 5200 MHz, a maximum of 4 TB in a RAID 0 configuration, and a full-blown RTX 4090 inside this thing with 16 GB of video memory. That, as I mentioned in the beginning, they just chuck everything to it, and this just goes through games like no problem whatsoever. And that is internally, because externally you got 2 USB Type A 3.2 Gen 2, 2 USB Type C 3.2 Gen 2 as well, with Thunderbolt 4 capability, DisplayPort, and DC-ing up to 100 watts, so you don't need to use that 330 watts that they give you with the DC barrel everywhere. You can use USB-C for charging as well. But of course, you got a full-size SD card, 2.5 Ethernet LAN, and HDMI 2.1, and a headphone microphone combo jack as well. And that's not all, they didn't stop there, because the display. This is a 17-inch, 250Hz mini LED panel with a 2460 by 1600p resolution in a 16:10 aspect ratio with 3 millisecond response time and a DCI P3 of 100% with 1000 local dimming zones. Everything is mind-blowing about this PC, and doesn't stop here, because as I said, someone just said just chuck everything, like we got balls to the wall. 6 speakers pointing all of them around, 2 at the sides, 2 at the front, and 2 at the bottom, pointing to the user all the time, giving you that immersive sound as well. And all that in a CNC aluminium unibody to give it the most ventilation and heat dissipation possible, with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 3. 3 fans with the Predator Aeroblade technology, 5th generation, doing a vortex here with the vapor chamber as well. So this potentially sucks all the air through this holes up here and exhausts it through the sides and through the rear, because the whole rear is part of the cooling system, as we can see up here. And as I said, exhaust through the left and through the right, and all the air intake go through the holes, the perforated zone above the keyboard. And all this, as I mentioned, in a CNC aluminium chassis with only 21 millimeters of height and coming up around 3 kilograms in weight, so it's not super heavy. And for all that power, honestly, if you see these out there, someone using this thing in a coffee shop, in an airport or whatnot, you would never think they got an i9 and a 4090 full graphics card in here, and you can play games way above 200 FPS. Like all the games that I've been trying over here, all games are around 150, 200 FPS. So I didn't see the point to put every single game in a chart, because I mean, they all go out the rails. Every single game I tried, no matter if it's Hogwarts, Forza, story games, shooters games, they all go maximum settings, DLSS on, ray tracing on, and they just go beyond 150 FPS with the temperatures keeping below 80 degrees on a gaming laptop with this much power. Apart from all the mind-blowing stuff that this thing got inside, because it's honestly mind-blowing. You really need to try it and use it for a couple of days or weeks to know exactly how much power is underneath this thing and how thin it is and how light it feels just to take it around, and that possibility to open it and just play anything and do any multitasking whatsoever. Photoshop, Premiere Pro, DaVinci, anything that you want to chuck to this thing, it just goes like butter. It's just take it like a champ. Apart from all that, you got a trackpad because it's a laptop, so you got a trackpad. Trackpad's decent side. You got a fingerprint sensor over there for Windows Hello, and the keyboard is missing the number pad. So for me, that's a bummer for the size of the keyboard, but they needed to keep all that size to put all the ventilation and the cooler around. So I fully understand why they've done that part. The keys, I wish they had a little bit more trouble. They're a little bit squishy at the end. And the section of WASD on the keypad, like every single laptop there, they get really hot. That section, of course, get hot. I believe the CPU is underneath that section when I open it up, if I remember well. And that section get quite hot, but for play with a controller, it's brilliant. If you're using keyboard and mouse, I'm not too sure if you would use this as a competitive keyboard, if that makes sense. You may just dock this into an external monitor, an external keyboard, and an external mouse, and then you use the power of this thing as a desktop replacement, if that makes sense. But you can easily close it, put it in your backpack, and take it away anywhere that you want. Now, for the price, would you spend $4,500 on the TRITON 17X? Yeah, is, as I mentioned, the most powerful gaming laptop for 2023 so far, and all that power in about 3 kilograms and 2.1 millimeters in thickness. To carry this power around, will you pay $4,500, or will you just go out there and just buy a 16-inch Helios 300 over here, 16-inch laptop? It's still good enough, it's still decent enough. It's a bit of the balance. Do you want to go balls to the wall and take that thing and be the one that got the most powerful laptop out there? Or do you want to save that money and buy a full-on desktop? Like, if you can actually buy a full-on desktop with that price and all this power, again, as I mentioned, and the portability. You got the portability of this thing. I think 3 kilos is incredible. But I've been gaming, I've been trying it in many scenarios. My latest video I have actually edited on this laptop, and it just went flying, like no problem. Again, temperatures are not an issue, nothing is an issue. One issue that I found, maybe two issues that I found here, is when you go from gaming mode back to the desktop, it's a little bit of a glitch, but I think it's part of the NVIDIA Optimus trying to swap drivers, trying to swap graphics cards into the integrated Intel and stay with NVIDIA. It can be a bit jiggly that way. And the sound, of course, you got 3 fans. They go up to 5,000 RPM each. I'm fairly loud, but this is what keeps this laptop under control in temperatures. If you want to have a look, just link will be down below. Just really check it. Really check all the alternatives, but it's not much. You got it with 32 gigabytes or 64 gigabytes of RAM and 2 terabytes or 4 terabytes in a RAID 0 configuration. And just keep in mind, I have opened this laptop and it's nothing there. I will post a video over here of someone I found on YouTube opening. I completely forgot to film it, but to expand this thing, to upgrade this laptop, you need to take the motherboard out completely, turn it around, and all this stuff is on the back side of the motherboard, if that makes sense. I don't know if they've done that for a reason. I mean, you can buy this. If you spend $4,500, will you get a screwdriver and start opening and try to change anything? If you got that amount of money, you just buy the highest end that you can buy. But overall, this is the Predator Triton 17X. As I mentioned so many times, probably the most powerful laptop out there in the market with this size, keeping this temperature so low, and just going through everything, every single game, just straight through it. It's incredible. So this has been my hands-on on, yes, the Predator Triton 17X. If you want to watch more videos, well, over here on my side, you got more videos to watch. And if you like this video and you enjoy this type of content, please just like, subscribe, comment down below, follow me everywhere, and just let me know that you liking my content, and let YouTube know that, yeah, Checo Tech is in the house. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one, guys. Adios.